Hi guys, welcome along to Find for People. My name's Grant Goes, and welcome to the platform that helps you find the best in health, sports, and fitness. Today we're going to talk about common mistakes that we all make over New Year's. We've all done it. The amount of years I've done these mistakes is countless, but I thought it's good to raise a bit more awareness about it and to just talk about and share about these mistakes that we all tend to make. So that's what we're going to talk about. New Year's common mistakes, and we've got a lot of them. If you have any of them yourself, please share them in the comment section below and let's discuss them. Let's talk about them because we don't want to make the same mistake again. That coming up straight after this in seconds. Hey guys, welcome back. So we make lots of mistakes in New Year's, and we're going to go through all the a lot of the mistakes that we make. And if you guys have any comments, questions about some of the mistakes that we make during New Year's, throw them on the comment section and let's discuss them because we want to avoid these common mistakes that we always seem to make every single New Year's for whatever reason whatsoever. So I'm going to start us off and just go back to some real simple ones because in New Year's, the first thing we seem to do, in fact, there's an interesting fact, I've met one of them, some people say around only 10%, or under 10% of people achieve their New Year's goals. It's something we do really commonly. We get to the New Year, we get to the end of the year, and we go, yes, let's make a New Year's resolution. And whether it be weight loss, change nutrition, treat people better, do something new, change your job, only less than 10% of us actually achieve that goal we set out in the New Year's. So it's a bit of a thing to avoid. You need to avoid those New Year's resolutions, and you're trying to find ways to actually make these work. How can you make these work? So let's try and find some solutions to making your New Year's resolutions work. Now, when you're making New Year's resolutions, you want to create change in your life. You want to change from the habit you're currently living in to the ones you want to do. And one of the first things we do wrong is that we hang with the wrong crowd. So, for example, let's just take a simple one, and let's just say you want to play a different sport that none of your friends do and no one's involved with it, and you're trying to encourage these people to come along with you and do the sport, but no one wants to actually get involved with you, right? And so you're hanging with the wrong crowd because you need to go hang with people that want to do the same thing as you do. So it's a common mistake that we do is we try and change other people around us, and we're not hanging with the right people to achieve the things we want to achieve. That's one of the mistakes. Do you agree, disagree? Chuck it in the comment section down below. Hey Ollie, hey Rochelle, how you going? That's one of the common mistakes. Another common mistake that we seem to make a lot of, and this is one I've need to work more on, is we don't reward ourselves. Now, usually when we have a goal, let's try another one. Let's try weight loss. A lot of people like to lose weight in New Year's because they've had a big Christmas, they've been a bit lazy, they've put on that tire around the waist, and there's going to be short-term goals to achieve that long-term achievement. Now, a lot of people don't reward themselves, which is another mistake we commonly make. We get to this, we're just so busy thinking about the end result that we're not thinking, what can we do if I achieve what I want to achieve? Now, let's say you break it down to a weight loss goal down to every couple of weeks, and you're going to lose, say, 500 grams of fat, for example. That's just been an example. And then you need to reward yourself. Like, great, not necessarily being a food thing, but it might be an activity, or it might be a social outing, or it might be a concert, or it might be something else. So you got to remember to reward yourself when you are making these New Year's resolutions. That's going to make it stronger and more rewarding for you. Okay, the ultimate goal is to lose weight in this case, but if you give yourself small rewards on the way, you will actually be more likely to achieve your New Year's resolution. Okay, so that's one as well. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Chuck it in the comment section below. Let us know. Alpha man, how you going? So another thing for resolutions, we're talking about weight loss. One of the common mistakes we seem to make a lot of is we seem to ignore our nutrition. Now, I know when it comes to weight loss, everyone talks about nutrition as the key, and it's a big key of weight loss. But also when you have other goals, if you want to be more active in your life, if you want to be more productive in your job, if you want to change your job, for example. Nutrition's a big key. If you want to sleep better, have more time, have less stress, nutrition is a big key in a lot of New Year's resolution goals, okay? So one of the mistakes we make is we don't really do much about our nutrition, or we go too hard and into something that's not sustainable for the long period. So a lot of people have problems with changing their diet dramatically, and so the suggestion there is to don't be so dramatic. Do something that's comfortable, or a little challenging, sorry, but still comfortable enough that you're going to maintain that good nutrition, that good eating. Okay, that's another common mistake. So do you agree? Do you disagree? Chuck it in the comment section below. Easy as that. If you are on Facebook, you want to join us on YouTube, it's a clearer vision there, so that's the way it goes. Cool. Another big common mistake we make in New Year's resolutions is we don't ask for help. We seem to be quite, how do you put it? We seem to be very in ourselves. We don't want to tell other people about our new goals because we don't want to be accountable to anybody. Really, if you want to achieve your New Year's resolution, whatever it be, is you need to seek help. Okay, because support systems are one of the best ways to achieve goals and to make sure you achieve them. Remember, we're trying to break the trend. A lot of people, only less than 10%, in fact, I think it's 9.2%, in the latest survey showed that only 9.2% of people achieved their resolutions because one of the reasons that came up was they didn't seek help, whether it be just support, whether it just be telling people about the goal that you've got for a New Year's resolution, and that's one of the things you need to do, y'all, to do that. Get support around you. Okay, do you agree? Do you disagree? Chuck it in the comment section. Let us know. Another mistake we make during New Year's is we overlook the details. A lot of us, when we set New Year's resolution goals, and this is the most common one, is I want to lose weight. Yeah, great, awesome. What kind of weight do you want to lose? Do you want to lose muscle weight? Do you want to lose overall weight? Do you want to lose fat weight? Because when a lot of people say they want to lose weight, that means they want to get leaner. Okay, they want to lose body fat because it's usually the common thing is to brunch and drink and share time and eat food. So that's what you do. You put on a whole lot of cushioning around the middle, which I definitely have. Whoopsie. So that's a common thing. All right, so the details like what do you need to actually do to achieve your goal? Okay, so you've got some support, you're hanging around the right people, that's great. Your nutrition is good, or it's improving. What are you going to do to get more specific in achieving your results? It's a common mistake we know. We don't really look at the details. We're like, okay, I'm gonna lose weight. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym. Great. Did you look at nutrition? Did you look at the kind of how much macros you're having now? What's your calorie intake versus your calorie outtake? Your deficit? Are you looking at that? Are you looking at time availability? Are you looking at the ability to say, I've got to go to work, I've got to drop the kids, I've got to do these other classes. Where are you going to schedule things in? You know, you've got to make the time. How am I going to cook the right foods? How am I going to prepare the right foods? How am I going to take in the right foods? That's something you've got to do as well. So make sure you don't overlook the details. The details are very important to that. So do you agree? Do you disagree? Chuck in the comment section down below. Cool. So there's 5 different mistakes we make at New Year's, and we can fix those mistakes. What we're going to do is we're going to take a short break, but before we do, I've got a question for you. Here it is. Question: where was the Olympic Games held in the year 2000? Where was the Olympic Games held in the year 2000? We'll come back with the answer straight after this.
Nook is the region's first dedicated co-working space focused on helping sports and wellness entrepreneurs set up their own business. We have permission to issue up to 200 trade licenses across 40 different trading activities. You can work from any of the surfaces around us. We also have a mind-body studio as well as a training studio. I think the talent pool is growing. I think one of the unique things about Dubai, you have kind of an east meets west when it comes to sports. Dubai is a great window into the rest of the GCC. We've been very fortunate to work with different UAE authorities to get people to play more sport and to be more active in the UAE.
Cool. Hey guys, welcome back. Before the break, we had a question: where was the Olympic Games held in the year 2000? The big one. And the reason I use the year 2000 is because, it's 2020. 20 years on. It's the anniversary. Yes, it was. If you did think it was Sydney, Australia, you are 100% correct. It was with the Aussies down there in the Pacific Oceania, right next to New Zealand. It was a big one. They did really, really well. It was the turn of the century, obviously, and they had a massive Olympic Games, a very, very successful Olympic Games. In fact, the Australian team did very awesome in those Olympic Games as well. So there you go. Australia has it. Hey, we're talking about common mistakes made in the New Year's. Some of the things that we do, some of the things that we need to improve on. If we know these mistakes, then we should look at improving them. So, another good mistake that we make is we skip our deadlines. We set small goals and we go, yes, let's achieve this, and then we didn't quite achieve it, so we kind of push it, or we let it go a little bit later. Things when it comes to testing, when it comes to the exercises, when it comes to the results, we seem to miss things we need to do. So if in the certain week you need to do, let's say 2 runs and 1 weights, and you've only done 1 run, but you've done 3 weights, and you're like, okay, you block it out. If you set a plan, there's a reason you set a plan, and you should stick to those plans. Sometimes plans do need to change, but the majority of time, when you've made a plan, and to execute it well is the first thing you need to do. So make sure you execute your plans and make sure you do not miss your deadlines. It's a common mistake you make. Another mistake, do you agree, do you disagree? Chuck them in the comment section down below. Another one is fearing failure. That's a common mistake we make in New Year's. So we've made these amazing goals in our head at the start before it gets to New Year's, and then when it gets to New Year's, we go like, oh, actually, I might fail at this. I might change it and make it easier. What's that saying? Any goal worth achieving is worth going through the challenge. Well, that's not quite how you say it, but still, you know what I mean. Don't fear failure. Set yourself a goal. The only thing you've got to do is make sure that's realistic by setting a realistic timeline. If you set a realistic timeline on your goal, you can achieve, as I say, you can achieve anything. So definitely don't fear failure. It's a mistake we make all the time in New Year's. We get scared, and that's why we fail a lot of times of achieving our New Year's resolutions. We just think, I'm not going to make it, so we give up pretty fast. Okay, now you don't have to achieve the grand goal. Let's say you're trying to lose 10 kilos this year, or you want to lose 50 kilos this year, maybe. I don't know, or maybe you want to change your job. There's a lot of fears that come on with these big goals, these aspirations. And you're looking at this big mountain, you're like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? The simple way to do it really is to break it down into small, minute things. It's daily habits that you create that will make these ultimate goals become realities. So definitely don't fear failure. Okay, it's made to help you learn. Mistakes are there you can learn from them, and you can choose to learn and adapt so that you can achieve your goals. Okay, so check those ones out there. Don't fear failure. In fact, embrace it, face it, and take it on head on, 100%. Hey guys, how you going? Maybe chuck your comments in the questions, or share your thoughts in your comments questions down below. Cool. There's another one. So another one we got is not tracking results. One of the things we seem to make a mistake on New Year's whenever we're going for our goals, if we're looking to, for example, change our job. Let's say we're trying to change our job as a New Year's resolution because we want to do something we're more happy with, or we want to improve our salaries or our lifestyles, whatever we want to do. Whatever that goal is, you got to make sure that you're tracking those kind of results. Like, what are you trying to achieve, and what steps you need to take to get there? You need to track that. Okay, so it's like part of your plan. You put out this plan, all right? You don't just do a plan and leave it. You've actually got to follow that plan and track where you are in that plan. Okay, you put the plan out for a reason. You put it there to make sure you can do things correctly, and you've got to track it. So weight loss is very easy, but if it's a job you're trying to find, then you can say, like, I've got to go to X amount of interviews, I've got to try and these different things, or I've got to have this kind of qualification or this kind of references, or that's what I've got to do. So you got to go through your plan, you've got to track it, and that's a really big mistake that people make. They don't track their progress. They've got to track the progress, 100%. Do you agree or disagree? Chuck it in the comment section down below. Another common mistake we make is we're impatient. Everyone these days is so busy to get somewhere. What's up with that? Like, why are we always trying to rush somewhere and trying to get there as quickly as possible? Be patient with your goals. It comes back to, if maybe you don't achieve in a certain time frame, then okay, don't worry. It doesn't mean it's the end of the world and you've got to give up. You're still living your life. it just means it may take you a little bit longer to achieve your goals. Don't be so impatient. Be patient. Be patient. Okay? It's going to happen. All you've got to do is consistently put in the work on a persistent basis, and then you can achieve it, right? And let's say you don't achieve that ultimate goal, but I'm sure you've achieved things along the way. Like we went back before, one of the earlier ones was reward yourself. Like, be grateful for what you've achieved so far, and it's so much easier to enjoy those moments, and it stops you from being so impatient and allows you to actually achieve what you want to achieve in the first place. So definitely one of the mistakes we make a lot. Here's one I have. Do you agree, do you disagree? Chuck in the comment section down below. Another mistake that we commonly make is we overthink things. Don't you know that? We do that all the time, don't we? We overthink a lot of our goals. We all have these, it's come up to 2020, we're like, this is what I've got to do. I've got to do X, Y, Z, then A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, Y. We overthink everything, especially when it comes to a weight loss goal. People they put this massive mountain on themselves. They go like, okay, now I've got to get my bread out. I've got to change my diet, dairy foods. I've got to make sure I get cooked meat. I've got to start steaming. From there, I've got to get a personal trainer. I've got to go through a plan. From there, I've got to change the kids to school on that day. People, we start thinking about a million different things at once, right? This is what we do when we come to our New Year's resolutions, because change for everyone is scary, and change is it's a massive thing. Now, if we stop overthinking it, and stop thinking about all the billions of things that are going on. Have a plan, yes, and think about one thing at a time. But don't overthink everything. Like, for example, being like, I've got to have a reason. Okay, there's another one. You don't have to just do it for the sake of doing it. You live your every day, every way you live your day is how you live your life. You know what I mean? So your day, on all these multiple days, consists of making up your life. Okay, so just enjoy the day. Just do what you do. Just go out like, for example, you don't need to join a gym in order to lose weight. You can go for a walk. You can just eat a little bit better. You don't even need to exercise. You can just change your nutrition to a healthier nutrition plan. All right, don't overthink things. To go for simplicity, go for basics. That's what we're built like. Humans are built to be simplistic. Okay, I don't want to say anyone's names, but still, that's one way. So that's a common mistake. Overthinking things. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Chuck it in the comment section down below. Another common mistake we've got here is inconsistency. We'll have these roller coaster rides, these undulating rides. We go like good times, bad times. We think good thoughts, bad thoughts, and we just pretty inconsistent. One day you might go for this 5K run, and the next day you'll be like, oh nah, I don't want to do anything. And the next day you don't do anything, and then maybe you go for a good weight session. You did back-to-back class or something like that. That's another problem. Is our mistakes come from being inconsistent with what we do. Goes back to what we just talked about. Small daily increments is much better than these big up and down fluctuations. All right. So just be consistent. Don't overthink it. Don't overstep yourself where you are. Look, be realistic with what you're doing. You're trying to achieve. Like if you're trying to change your job, it's not going to happen tomorrow. Okay, you don't just drop your job now and then try and look for another one. It takes some time. So you set yourself and you prepare properly for the changes. All right, and it means if you're going to change your job daily, look for different bits of work, find things that you enjoy that you may want to go into, whether it be within the company you're with or outside a company. It's up to you. But when it comes to job searching or it comes to making changes in life, changing goals, New Year's resolutions, you've got to be consistently looking or consistently actively doing something to make this change happen, to achieve the goal. So do you agree? Do you disagree? Chuck in the comment section down below. Another good one, and it kind of feeds into each other when we talk about inconsistency, is that a lot of times when we're trying to achieve our New Year's resolutions, our New Year's goals, is that we lose focus. We have this whole big thing of we go back into our comfort zones. We go yes, I'm going to do this. Let's say I'm going to do an Ironman this year. Okay, that might be a New Year's resolution. Or it might be a triathlon, might be something simpler. And you get into this point where you go, okay, you might get to February, it's going well, and then something happens. Something comes up. It could be anything, literally absolutely anything. It could be family, relationship, financial, work, hobbies. Something comes up anyway, and you lose focus. Okay, So that's another good reason why you should be hanging around. First of all, you hang around the right crowds. 2, have a plan. 3, just don't think about it as a big steps. Now, if you go into a triathlon, or you go into an Ironman especially, there's a big distances, and you need to take small steps before you get to this 80k bike ride or this 4k swim or this 42 kilometer run, right? You need to go on small runs, 3ks, 5ks, 10ks, 15, 20. You need to build it up. So the focus should be on not further down the track, but kind of what you're doing now. And if you remain focused, you remain persistent, and you remain consistent, and you'll have a much better chance of achieving your long-term New Year's resolution goal. Okay, do you agree? Do you disagree? Keep focused. Don't lose focus. One of the probably the most common mistakes, and probably this is our last one actually, the last one here for common mistakes that we make in when we set our New Year's resolutions is they're unrealistic. For example, I'm doing this now, but am I going to be an astronaut this year? No. Am I going to be a pilot? No. Am I doing anything towards it? No. Okay, it's not realistic for me to say I'm going to be a pilot this year. I might be able to fly a Cessna or do some lessons like that, but I'm not going to be a commercial pilot. That's what I mean, right? I'm not going to be an astronaut. I'm not going to be president of the United States. It's unrealistic, okay? So the most common mistake we make, and the reason we fail a lot, is because we have these massive aspirations, and they're unrealistic for what we set as a timeline. Not unrealistic of what you can actually achieve, but it becomes unrealistic of what you set as a timeline. So every goal in my mind is achievable. It's just the timeline we set on it. And when I say the most common mistake we make is we set unrealistic goals, it comes from simply being that we set unrealistic timelines for our goals. Yeah, and if we set better timelines, for example, if I want to achieve an Ironman, maybe it's not this year. Maybe it's next year. Okay, 2021, and that's more realistic. So it allows me to stay better focused, allows me to do more time, and it won't be such a battle. Because although it's common mistakes, like someone goes, I want to change my job, that's my New Year's resolution. Great, I'm going to change my job and get a new one tomorrow. It's not impossible, and it's very improbable, okay? So, as soon as that doesn't happen, you start to feel down on yourselves. You start to feel like, oh, whoops, I haven't achieved it, so it must be really bad, I've got to stop. And that's what the biggest mistake is when it comes to New Year's resolutions. The biggest mistake is we set unrealistic timelines for our goals. We don't set enough short-term goals. We don't set enough times up so that we can do certain things. And we need to just set a more realistic goal. So that's the big number one common mistake we make when it comes to goals. So yeah, what do you guys think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Chuck in the comment section below. Let me know what your thoughts are, because there is a lot of common mistakes. Do you have any common mistakes you want to share? Share them in the comment section below, and let's discuss those ones as well, because they are some big mistakes we make, and there's some very common mistakes. And the big thing that happens every single year is we say, yes, we're going to achieve this, we're going to achieve that. And we say the same resolution every single year. It comes around every time. In fact, you're probably going to have one right now, because only less than 10% of us achieve our goals. So anyway. Fun fact time. Fun fact. Let's give me a fun fact. If you do not already know, here's a fun fact. The small intestine in an adult, and the average adult, is about 7 meters long, or longs, it's written there. And the large intestine is about 1.5 meters. Now, why they call it the small intestine or the large intestine is simply because the diameter of the small intestine compared to the large intestine. The large intestine has a larger diameter than the small intestine. Yeah, and the reason it's so long, if you want to know that one too, give you some extra here, is just to help the absorption of nutrients into the body. Okay, that's what the whole reason it's so long. Digestion happens through the intestine, and so this long tube is what breaks down all the food, all right, and then absorbs all the nutrition. So that's why it's so long. There you go. A bit of a fun fact for today. Fun fact, small intestine. Okay, so those are the common mistakes. After the break, we're going to come back and go and tell you about the Find for People application or platform that's launching in 2020 in the new year, which I'm super, super excited about, because it's going to help all professionals, all people around the globe, actually, find professionals, find events, and find courses. And we're super stoked. We're super excited about it. And so we're going to come back and we'll chat about that briefly straight.
We've all been there, hours searching the internet, asking friend upon friend, making call after call, trying to find the right fitness professional, health specialist, or sports coach. So much time, energy, and even money spent only to find more problems than solutions. Well, now, with the Find Fit People platform, you can find all the available professionals with the skills you need in an instant. We've removed all the barriers by establishing a community of many different skilled health specialists, sports coaches, and fitness professionals that are alerted immediately once you've posted your request. In under 30 seconds, you can attract multiple professionals with the right skills to help you achieve the result you want. It's simple, fast, and free. Find us online at www.findfitpeople.com or download the Find Fit People app from Apple or Google Play stores so you can find fit people today.
Hey guys, welcome back to Find Fit People. My name's Grant Goes, and today we talked about the common mistakes that happened during New Year's. So if you haven't seen that one, go back, check it out. Some really common mistakes, and have your own. Share them in the comment section below as well, because it's good to share and good to help each other out to understand what we can do to make sure we achieve our New Year's resolutions. What we're going to talk about this time, just quickly, is the Find Fit People application, which is coming out which you just saw on the thing, coming out in January. You can download it via the Apple Store now, or you can download it via Android in about the 20th of January, which is pretty exciting. But just to tell you about the platform itself, the application allows you to find professionals. So all you do, there's no more searching. The search is over. That's what I'm saying. The search is over. You can now find professionals by simply chucking in your details very quickly, very briefly, and I can show you here because it's on my phone. You won't be able to see it from there, but maybe it's close enough. We'll zoom in. I won't quite zoom in. Okay, so basically you got a quick sheet here. You'll chuck in a few details, and let me show you how quickly that is to do. So let's say I'm looking for, let's say, common one, personal trainer, because that's what weight loss, sorry. On here, you got 250 different skills. So I can chuck in, I'm looking for weight loss, okay? As a skill, I'm looking for a male trainer. I want to start on the 2nd of January. 2020 is the year I want to go into. 2nd of January is when I start. This is going to be for multiple sessions. It's a long duration. I'll put my budget in here as well, so I'm going to put the budget in there. I'm going to put the times I want to train, or the time frame I want to train, between 4 and 8 p.m. on a Monday, on a Wednesday. When else am I free? Let's say Friday as well, right? Friday is always a good time to train in the afternoons. And then what city am I training in? I'm going to train in Town Square. It's where I reside at the moment. Town Square, chuck that one in there. Town Square, Dubai, Yeepa. And I want to find someone relatively close with it in the next 10, I suppose, maybe 5 kilometers. And I'm going to punch in find now. So I put the details in, and now it's looking for professionals. So I've now just sent that one out. Weight loss, I'm looking for weight loss coaches. And what I'll do is, when because we're popular in the site at the moment, the platform, is that all the active professionals that are available in the region will come back to me and say, yes, I'm available. And I'll be able to chat with them and talk to them about starting my personal training. Simple. It's that easy. It works for Les Mills, Group Fitness, F45, Zumba, dance. When you're looking for a dance teacher, they say cover a class tonight. Same thing. Chuck the details on here, and all those ones that are available and active will go, yes, I'm available, and you just select who you want, and you run from there. So that's how simple and cool it is. You can also do a search. There's a search function on the application as well. You can look via a map or a list. So there's a list view on there. There's a map view, which isn't quite showing here at the moment. But yeah, that's super cool. And then there's also the functionality where you can find events and courses on here. So I'm going to go into... So there's different listings on there, as you can see. Different events you can find, and different courses, education courses will be on here as well. Basically like Trivago. Drago for Fitness, for events and courses, looking for all your fitness, health, and sports events that are going on. They'll be on the application. So that's super cool. We're really, really looking forward to that one. It's coming out shortly. January 2020, which is only a couple of days away, eh? Bring it on. So from myself to you guys, I'm pretty sure I won't see you before New Year's, so have a safe but fun and enjoyable New Year's. Enjoy the fireworks wherever you are in the world. Your New Year's resolutions, we talked about them. Avoid those kind of mistakes and achieve your goal this year. Okay? Get out there and do it. Join us for broadcasts on a daily basis, and we talk about more things health, sport, and fitness-wise on the platform that helps you find the best in health, sports, and fitness. My name's Grant Goes. Thank you guys for joining us. Peace out. We will see you later.